You know what time it is. It's time for your weekly Tesla Levels recap. Now, this was a very odd week because as you can see, price gapped up super high. Okay, so we are talking about just a full gap on the weekly chart. And the last time you saw a gap like that was back here in September. And as you can see, it followed up with another high bar after that. So we're looking to see if price can come back up to this high this week at 495. But what we want to do is still go back to our levels. So hope you guys had a great weekend. Like and subscribe. You already know the deal. And you all know that I'm doing live streaming every morning. Well, I try to do it every morning, and it has been a real hit. So I'm really happy for all the people that I've been helping. Please join, ask your friends, do whatever. Just come. It's pretty fun. I do a little, cute little DJ horns, little cute little sound effects and animations, and shout out to my boy for suggesting that to make the lives different than others. So thank you so much for that. Let me go ahead and put your levels on here for last week just so you can see how they turned out. So here we go. And as you know, always, this is how I get my levels, and I do this on every ticker, and it just helps me throughout the week. So we start from here, which is the previous week. We put the 0 Fibonacci. So we grab our Fibonacci tool, bring it over to the previous week, make sure the 0 is at the bottom and the 1 is at the top. So I'm going to just click. And as you can see, I'm doing that back and forth, and it's that red 1 has not moved, right? So what I'm going to do is just place this other 0 somewhere, grab that line, that one line, drag it to the top of that candle, and then drag the 0 of the Fibonacci level to the bottom. All right, so let's get closer to price so we can see how that looks. Okay, and then we're going to go over to a smaller time frame, and then we're going to dissect this price information. All right, so here we go, starting off on Monday, which was the 15th. As you can see, this is where our 1 let off from the previous week. So we started off at the 1.22 level, super strong. And as you know, the 1.22, the 1.72, and the 50 is typically where things reverse. The 22s, the 72s are our institutional levels. It never made it up to this top 72. Okay, so that could have been just that high of this week. That could have been, but it pulled back. It reversed at this 50 line back to the 1.22. Okay, and then what did it do? Shoot above, and we didn't even have levels that went higher than the 1.72. Now if we go ahead and add these other levels, we can. So what comes after 1.72, guys? The next one is going to be the 2. Okay, so we're just going to turn this to 2 right here. And boom, it hit the 2 level. Okay, so I just want you to see how accurate, I mean, dang near, look at this, hit the 2 level at 3:50 p.m. You cannot tell me these levels are not accurate AF. Okay, all right, so this is where we would have gotten our entry. I mean, if it comes off of the 1.22 or the 22 or the 72 or the, just know you're probably going to get a nice level and a half at least. If you get 2, that's amazing. But if it starts off at the 1.22 or the 2, the 1.172 22s, they usually have a really strong push down, and that is what you see here. And went all the way to the 1.22. These levels do not fail me. Please don't fail me now. Mike Jones. Y'all need to listen to that song. That song is amazing. I think I'll play it when I get off of here. So anyway, right here we see level came up at the 1.5, and that was pretty strong. It pushed through the 1.72, which is most likely going to go all the way to the 2, and it did. And then we've got right here, it bounced off that 2 in the morning, came all the way down to the 1.5. So this is what we were dealing with this week, guys. I mean, the accuracy is nuts. If you want, I can go ahead and put you some little arrows. You know how I like to do my little effects, just so you can see where to get in and get out, like a liquor store. Boop. Let's make it green for get in, and we're at 1.22. And then what we want to do is get our profit either at this level, or we can get our profit right as you see, it doesn't hit there, so it can come back right here and get it. Same here. As always, you always want to ask yourself, well, where would I get in? You would get in right here. You would come down, wait. What is it going to do at the 1.22 level? Be patient. Get in right here above the VWAP. Come all the way up. Remember, this could be a take profit level, and you don't have to make a lot. I'm talking about $3 to $5 moves, guys. Y'all, first time I made $5,000 in 1 hour on Tesla in like an hour. Stop. This is an hour, like 9:30. Boom, 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 boom. Get out right here at 10. That could have been an easy move, or you could have held it all the way through. If you had an extended contract to the end of the week, which would have been fantastic. So all you need is a few contracts to make that happen. Seriously. And I don't think I traded more than 12 at the time. I know that seems like a lot to some, but I promise you, if you just aim like, I just want to do one more contract, God. Okay, boop. And trust me, boom, it'll happen for you. Let that be your goal sometime. Just one more contract. And then here we go. You enter here, take profit here at the 1.5, or you can take profit here. And that's on Wednesday. And then we do it again. We wait. Price comes off this big level, the 1.5, which is a reversal typically, and then comes up. Exit, take profit. Enter right here. See how it comes up, pulls back on that VWAP, bounces back up. And this would be your stop loss right under here where this order block is. Would be your stop loss right around here where this liquidity. When you're looking for a stop loss, like, well, where do I get in? Look for the last time it hit a low. Let that be your stop loss. All right, where it hits that low, come back. This could be your stop loss. All right, and then the last day, it came up, could not get past that 2 level. Come down, grab your profit. Let's see, you want to enter in here. Boom. This would be your stop loss level right above the 2. You could use these levels as your stop losses, guys. It's so amazing. So anyway, let's get ready for our next levels for next week. I'm going to go ahead and remove these lines, and we're going to prepare for next week. Okay. So here we are. Mind you, I want you to be careful with this wick rejection right here. This came up really high. So I want you to pay attention to possibly shorting here. Okay. So let's grab our Fibonacci. Remember, our 0 is at the bottom, our 1 is at the top. Bring this down. Boom. And here we go. These are going to be our levels for next week. Let me lock it in. Lock. And be mindful. So we might want to go ahead and short at the 86 or the 72. Possibly what could happen here is price, it could jump up. Here I would enter. Remember, I love to enter the 72, the 22, the 1, and the 0, or the 50. These gray lines are like the halfway mark between it. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always use your rectangle and do it like that. You see, I lined them up perfectly, 50% line. It's up to you how you want to do it. If you don't like these extra lines, just do a rectangle with the middle. So these are our levels for this week on Tesla. You would do the same thing for TSLL. For those with limited capital, don't worry. Tesla is not mad. It has TSL to provide for you. And we can go ahead and remove these drawings and do the same thing. So we go 1 at the top, 0 at the bottom, and then we have our levels for the week. So make sure that you mark them off, because when you buy your contracts on TSLL, you want to buy as close to in the money as possible. As close. It's cheaper, it's still great, but you still need to get it as close as possible. And again, we're looking at this wick rejection up here. Let me drag this up just a little bit more. We're looking at a wick rejection at 23.57 because it closed right here. So we could possibly get all the way up here and then just come back down. You see it rejected here, it rejected here. So this wick rejection, this wick has hit this 23.57 a few times. So be aware of price pushing back down or sometime the middle of the week. All right. I hope this helped. I hope you have a great week. Make that money. And I will get at you soon. Bye.